Well, I suppose this is a special day for me. Sunday, whatever day it was, July 20th or 21st, I don't remember. Anyway, let me see what day it is. Okay, so today's July 20th. I started early. That's what I thought, maybe it was the 21st, but I started at actually 1 o'clock this morning, and then I went to sleep and woke up in the heat and experienced some suffering, and that has some reflections upon that. You know, that's the action reflection model. Act and then we reflect. But the thing is, I'm completing my second week. So after I gets to be the evening, okay, after this, so I'm in my 13th day. This evening I will start my 14th day. You know, evening and morning begins the first day. So this evening I will begin my 14th day of fasting, no food. And I'm considering this day somewhat special, I guess, because it's kind of bringing for me a point of climax and a point of completion of my second week without food. And so on this day, this special day, I'm not approaching the finish line, because I still got to go the distance. I gotta go the distance. And my inner coach telling me I gotta go the distance. I gotta go the distance. You know. Anyway, so, you know, I didn't get to where I am overnight. And I'm not gonna get out of the mess that I got myself into overnight. You know, I ate the fat, and I became the fat. That's basically what it boils down to. Because was after eating the fat a couple of times, the fat from the hamburger, that's when it really hit me. It would tip me over the tipping point. I didn't know what eating the fat was going to do all that to me, but it did. And it's a metaphor. It's a metaphor in life. It's kind of like even in the Garden of Eden, you know. Humanity ate the fruit. Well, I ate the fat. Not the first time I ate the fat in metaphorical ways. I remember feeling bad during the Gulf War on a ship and everything, you know. And talking to my chaplain about something, I don't remember what it was. I felt bad about it. And he said to me, "Welcome to the fellowship of the guilty." And you got me thinking, welcome to the fellowship of the guilty. Been there, done that. As a t-shirt I wear sometimes, you know, coming from that basketball player. Been there. The one who always used to, I can't remember what his name is now. But he left basketball for Michael Jordan. A picture of Michael Jordan, been there, done that, because he played basketball, then he took a hand at playing baseball. But anyway, welcome to the fellowship of the guilty. That look, it reminds me of this the last story in Jacob the Baker. Yeah, I made reference to it before, and not that long ago, because I was talking. I think I was talking. You know, when I was talking about, you know, having a broken heart as a kid, because of a dream I had, telling my dad, you know, I hate you. You know why? In my dream, you know, and I was that boy, and reflecting upon my own son and the pain that he experienced as a child, and I vicariously also felt that pain, and always will feel the pain. The things we experience in life, the painful things we experience, you know, that pain never goes away. We might compartmentalize it, you know, but don't leave us. It's like, and God, and don't leave God either. Hey, that's what the whole message in the Bible is. God remembers every pain. God bears within God's self our pain and our suffering. And the story is expressed in the story of Jesus Christ. The redemption. But look, I got Kenny Wayne Shepherd queued up because, you know, like I say, you know, certain songs for me are like stakes. The stakes that holding my tabernacle in place, and my dwelling, where I live, inside of my tent, this body, and my mind and consciousness and stuff. I put stakes in the ground, and these stakes are most of the time, a lot of times they're music and songs, because they resonate with me and say, yeah, man, I got that. I understand that. Stake down in the ground, you know. I got that. It anchors me. Okay? So when the winds of life come, like the Three Little Piggies, you know. My mom used to do that too, on my toes. You know, the first little piggy, and the second little piggy, and the third little piggy, and the fourth little piggy, like that. And there's also this story of the three little pigs, and the big bad wolf comes to blow the house down, you know. Well, the big bad wolf can't blow my house down because I got stakes holding the ties that hold my tent to the earth, keep me grounded. And when big bad wolf comes, he can't blow my tent down because I'm staked in. And a lot of times songs and music do that for me. And of course, you know, my mom always played music, and I always liked music and song. But like right now, I got Kenny Wayne Shepherd queued up here. Hey. And the first one up there, Born with a Broken Heart. See, Kenny Wayne Shepherd came out with this Ledbetter Heights album in 1995, and that's when I graduated seminary and started working as a chaplain at UVA Medical Center in Charlottesville. And so it's just kind of a synchronicity that when that album came out, and I got it, you know, and I jived with it. I mean, it resonates with me. Born of a broken heart, up out of the ashes, up out of the flames. Well, that was me. That is me. More than once I've come up out of the ashes, come up out of the flame. And having a broken heart, yeah, I got that. I learned that, as I said, that's the first lesson I probably ever learned in life, meaning of a broken heart. I learned it vicariously. I learned it by experience. Vicarious, with a metaphor. like I got that. I learned that lesson. I understand that. So if somebody else has a broken heart, yeah, you know what? I've been there. I've been there. If you got a broken heart, I've been there. And that's a story. That's a story in this. I want to read this to you. Jacob from Jacob the Baker. That's why I got this book for special people at Nieces Hope, the cafe that I go to. Because this whole thing is special to me. Well, Born with a Broken Heart, Kenny Wade Shepherd, that's special to me too. Look, you got Born with a Broken Heart, Deja Voodoo, Aberdeen, Shame, 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 One Foot on the Path. Let's see what other songs on here. And Everybody Gets the Blues, While We Cry, I'm Leaving You, and then in parentheses, Commit a Crime. Let Me Up, I've Had Enough, Riverside, What's Going Down, and then Ledbetter Heights, which is an instrumental, akin to like Gary Moore's instrumental, or guitar riff, and Walking Alone. But I'm gonna you know what? Here, let me. Jeez, I gotta read this. I have to read this first, okay? And then seeing what time it is, I don't know if I can play any Kenny Wayne Shepherd's music or not. But hey, this is what I made, to go with this. That's my copy. But look, let me just read you this story. And this is In the Ashes. Reminds me of Ember and Ash, the two bears. Okay, In the Ashes. When Jacob woke, he opened his eyes cautiously. He reassured himself by measuring his pace in each word of his morning prayer. He was anxious to get to the bakery while it was still dark, to lay his cheek on the warming oven. Nevertheless, halfway to the bakery, Jacob decided to stop at Mr. Gold's, hoping he would be awake. Under the lamppost of a full moon, Jacob rapped gently on the shutters closeting Mr. Gold's window. Mr. Gold heard the sound and thought he was a young man again, being called to prayers. I'm coming, he shouted to the dawn. Jacob was touched to see memory capable of drawing Mr. Gold out of the darkness. Jacob was touched to see memory capable of drawing Mr. Gold out of the darkness. When he saw it was Jacob, Mr. Gold motioned for his friend to come in and grew a smile for his company. Then, just as quickly, Mr. Gold's head dipped downward. Do you know who I am, Jacob? Then, just as quickly, he didn't give Jacob an opportunity to speak. I'm an old man, and I'm dying. Mr. Gold seemed to sink beneath his sadness. Tell me, Jacob, is this it? He motioned around the room. Is there nothing more? We become attached to this life, only to be torn from it, like some crude joke in the stars. We make life not only crude, but cold, said Jacob. Then Jacob said, we make life not only crude, but cold. by dressing ourselves in a nakedness woven from our own ignorance. Then Mr. Gold spoke again from behind his sadness. "It doesn't make sense," he said. "Our days amount to nothing." Jacob's eyes listened without arguing or agreeing. He thought of the pain festering in Mr. Gold's words. When Jacob spoke, his voice unfolded with the attitude of a man not filled with knowing, but caring. "Mr. Gold, all passes. Nothing stops. Our days do amount to nothing, but that is because we are not a collection. We are a process. The truth about the seasons is that the seasons change. While everything appears to live and die, it is only the appearance of things which lives and dies. The dead are buried, their memory is not." Mr. Gold's voice considered Jacob's words. "You know, Jacob, you are wise, and I am old." "Then you already know, Mr. Gold, that the roots of time hold both memory and promise. Will you remember me, Jacob?" "I promise. One day I will join you, Mr. Gold." Mr. Gold's laughter sounded like a trumpet and brought light to the corners of the room. Then the silence regained its balance, and the two men sat there making music from the quiet between the notes. It was Mr. Gold who counted time and eventually spoke first. "Jacob, where do you find the strength to carry on in life?" "Life is often heavy only because we attempt to carry it," said Jacob. "But I do find strength in the ashes." "In the ashes?" asked Mr. Gold. "Yes," said Jacob, with a confirmation that seemed to have traveled a great distance. "You see, Mr. Gold, each of us is alone. Each of us is in the great darkness of our ignorance. And each of us is on a journey. In the process of our journey, we must bend to build a fire for light and warmth and food. But when our fingers tear at the ground, hoping to find the coals of another's fire, what we often find are the ashes. And in these ashes, which will not give us light or warmth, there may be sadness, but there is also testimony." I'm going to read that one more time. "In these ashes, which will not give us light or warmth, there may be sadness, but there is also testimony." Because these ashes tell us that somebody else has been in the night. Somebody else has bent to build a fire. And somebody else has carried on. And that can be enough sometimes. Sometimes that can be enough. So here's I'm gonna play Kenny Wade and Shepherd here. Oh man, skip survey. Up from the ashes. with a broken heart. Broken heart. Alright. I know I can't. I don't think I can just like play the whole thing. I would. But that's Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Born with a Broken Heart. #1 on the Ledbetter Heights CD. Or album, whatever. Up from the ashes. Out of the pain. Yeah. Like a slow rolling train. Bob Dylan has also a good song. A good album. Has a picture of a train on it. And when he became a Christian, it's something about the train is a coming, you know. Trains are good metaphors for a lot of things in life. And you know, we're like a locomotive. Each one of us. I'm like a locomotive. I'm gonna keep rolling on. Jackie Benson, keep rolling on. She's like a locomotive, and you're like a locomotive too. And I hope that you keep your feet on the planted firmly on the ground, build up your muscles and your fortitude and your inspiration and your drive. Yeah, put it in drive. Go forward with confidence, spirit. In these my talks, I've been talking about a lot of ways that keep me rolling on, keep me moving, keep me taking another step, keep me with determination, self-determination. Keep me living vicariously. And myth helps. Music helps. That's why Kenny Wayne Shepherd's song, appealed to me. Right when I got, I had come out of the war. Then I finished 3 years in graduate school. Plus, I was taking care of my kids alone. It's pretty hard. Spent a lot of sleepless nights trying to accomplish my goals, to make a life, to get up out of the ashes, because I know that somebody else had been there before. Somebody else did it. Jesus did it. Inwardly, psychologically, Jesus will hold your hand. The memory. My poem, From the Hospital to the Madhouse, through the echo of the sound of your voice, running from you, I ran to you. It's a miracle how life takes us by surprise, how God takes us by surprise, how Jesus Christ comes and takes us by surprise, even when we feel abandoned, and when we suffer and we feel abandoned. That's where I found my faith. My real faith is in abandonment. It's at the burning bush, the bush that burned without reason. That's what I was telling my dad. Things are getting worked out, but it's at the bush that burns without reason. Don't tell Adam, or don't tell Amber, that God has some kind of secret reason. Don't give them feeble platitudes. No, tell them to stay near the fire. If I come home in a body bag, tell my kids to stay near the fire, because that's life. That's reality. And if God's going to meet you anywhere, He's going to meet you there. When I was in the water, sharks coming to tear me apart, and I never heard any kind of anything in my mind, in my heart, no feeling, nothing, emptiness, sadness, depression, couldn't get no lower, abandonment. I was angry. But then, like, descended upon me like the morning dew, the knowledge of Jesus Christ in the same experience, saying, my God, why have you forsaken me? Eh? Well, the thing is, this conversation didn't die. It's like the Buddha. Sometimes there's certain questions that he was asked, he never answered. And sometimes we don't get an answer. And the heavens seem like they're empty. Nobody minding the store. God left a long time ago. God is dead. Well, my mom says, don't believe it. Don't believe the lie. She said, you'll have it as you will. And my dad, I feel like he's speaking, to me and through me, and my mom and my grandma, and even Salvatore Michelli. Yeah, Salvatore Michelli. He could be your adopted grandfather, or he is your real grandfather. He is your grandfather. He's your great-great-grandfather, even greater than me. Well, I'm not your great-grandfather, unless if it's my grandchildren's grandchildren seeing this. But look, somebody else has been there. Okay? There's the last story in Jacob the Baker's, and the guy that he wrote the book. There's the last chapter, the last story in Jacob the Baker. The old man saying, "Is this all there is?" And to Jacob, "Will you remember me when I die?" He's a dying man. "Will you remember me?" Jacob said, I will not only remember you, I will join you. And sometimes we find testimony and we find strength in the ashes, because we know somebody else has been here, eh? Somebody else has been here and done that. My dad always used to say, "I'm here to tell you." I haven't thought about that in forever, but now, he just reminded me, because he always said that. He said, I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you. He would always say that. That's the way he said that a lot. I'm here to tell you. And he's saying it now, through me. I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you what I told you, what I've been telling you. So I'm going to call this one, I'm Here to Tell You. And not just me. I think it was Walt Whitman, Bob Dylan, one of his recent songs, I'm a Multitude, or something like that. My youngest boy, Isaac, told me that came from Walt Whitman. Or Hemingway. Was it? I don't know. Either Walt Whitman or Hemingway. But anyway, I know Isaac told me that's where it came from. I am a multitude. And I also am a multitude. Not really a multitude, but I'm a multitude of a few. A few people have been speaking through me right now, including Salvatore Michelli. And my mom, my dad. and Jesus Christ. And the Buddha. All right. I love you. Bye.